One pair of our existing centers on information. Without information, you are total and fraud. You live in the world of denial. It's vital, it's an integral part of our existence. We can do without it. One pair of our existence centers on it. Good morning and thank you for joining us. Kings Local Daily on Kings 88.5. Today is Thursday, the 3rd of July 2025. I'm Sam Andrews. These are the papers on Kings Local Daily, The Independent, The In Profile, Oracle News Daily, reporting the truth to you, The Authoritative Heritage, The Inquirer, The News, The Nation's News since 1989. We start with The Independent, Liberia's most investigative newspaper. Lead story: U.S. USA coming back as U.S. outlines new conditions. That's the lead story of the Independent newspaper. USA coming back as U.S. outlines new conditions. The photographs of the President of the United States, Donald Trump, and his Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, sharing the front page of The Independent. The footnote story: NASCAR showcases US 141 billion assets, visiting ECOWAS parliamentarian delegation, logs efforts. The back page of The Independent. Government unveils indictment. Representative Kofa orders on the probe. PUL alarms over adopted journalist. Nukal awards local scholarships to 20 students. Women lead campaign for political participation. That will be doing it for The Independent, which is out today for 50 Liberian dollars. You want to get a copy from any one of the vendors close to you. If you are unable as per your location or your job, then your radio vendor, Kings 88.5, has brought the paper to you with the back and front lead. You say coming back as US outlines new conditions and government unveils indictment. Representative Kofa orders on the probe. He's on the back page. Representative, former Speaker, Fonanti Kofa. The indictment will not carry Priscilla Cooper. We told you that she was just being used as a pawn on the chessboard. Priscilla Cooper is not amongst those indictees. She is a diehard supporter of Unity Party. However, she will testify against Fonati Kofa and the rest of the guy in the trial. She will testify against her parliamentarian colleagues. That will be doing it for the Independent, Liberia's most investigative newspaper, which is out for 50 Liberian dollars. Next up is the In Profile Daily newspaper. Lead story of the In Profile Daily. Grand jury indicts Kofa orders. And some of the accused on the front page. The former Speaker and Representative Councillor Fonati Kofa, Representatives Abu Kamara, Jacob Derby, and three of the accused, along with Dixon Sibo. The woman, the only woman, is the only one out. Priscilla Cooper. She is Unity Party supporter. She's not amongst those indicted. She's off the hook, but will be used against Fonati Kofa and the rest of the guys. The game plan was just to give the public the impression that it cuts across, the indictment cut across, but in reality, Priscilla Cooper is off. Other stories, the front page, to include Ebola COVID-19 victims, Buakai host national conference, fake doctorate degree holders, anger, National Commission on Higher Education. The back page of the In Profile, false and misleading. LAA rejects reports of security breach at RIA. LAA is Liberia Airport Authority. LNBA welcomes Yami Gwese's nomination. House invites MOT Airport Authority and House to probe UL budget request. That's how it looks like for the In Profile Daily, which is out for 40 Liberian dollars. You want to get a copy if you haven't yet from any one of the vendors for just 40 Liberian dollars with this lead story. Grand jury indicts Kofa orders. just tuned in, you're watching and listening to King's Local Daily on King's 88.5 on this 3rd day of July 2025. We are transmitting from Central Morovia, Front and Randa Streets, adjacent the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. Oracle News Daily, reporting the truth to you. Next up. Lead story of the Oracle News Daily. Political smear emerges as state prosecutors seek favorable judge in national security trial. That's the lead story of the Oracle News Daily newspaper. Political smear emerges as state prosecutors seek favorable judge in national security trial. The photographs of Judge Yamin Gweze, Justice Minister also 12, Solicitor General Augustine Fayard, and two of the accused, Toure and his colleague, on the front page. The back page, Liberians amongst detainees held at Guantanamo Bay. That's the back lead story of the Oracle News Daily newspaper. Liberians amongst detainees held at Guantanamo Bay. The sub-lead story, Nukal award scholarships to 20 Liberian students. You want to get a copy of the Oracle News Daily? It's out for just 40 Liberian dollars, and you get the full detail of the lead story. Political smear emerges as state prosecutors seek favorable judge in national security trial. 14 minutes after 11 o'clock, you're listening and watching King's Local Daily on King's 88.5, the authoritative heritage. Next up. The story of the Heritage newspaper. Airport Authority blast campaign to tint management. Airport Authority blast campaign to tint management. Airport Authority blast campaign to tint management. The lead story of the Heritage newspaper. It carries the managing director, General Mesco. The footnote story, ex-Speaker Kofa, others indicted. Ex-Speaker Kofa, others indicted. They are all on the front page. Kofa, Jacob Debbie, Dixon Sibo, Abu Kamara. Nowhere is Priscilla Cooper. Why Priscilla Cooper is not amongst the indictees? In landmark reconciliation ceremony, Liberia to honor war, Ebola, and COVID-19 victims. The back page of the Heritage. House slams ArcelorMittal with contempt citation. Net hands over BVR kits to NIR. Suppose rollout of citizens ID card issuance. NIR is the National Identification Registry. Lawmakers demand answers after Alaska Airlines emergency lending. NOCAL awards 20 scholarships to Liberia's brightest minds. The authoritative Heritage newspaper is out for just 40 Liberian dollars. You want to get a copy from any one of the vendors. From one Doyen newspaper to another Doyen. The Enquirer. Lead story of the Enquirer newspaper. No security breach at RIA runway. LAA refutes report. That's the lead story of the Enquirer newspaper. No security breach at RIA runway. LAA refutes report. LAA is the short form for Liberia Airport Authority. The head of that institution, Jerome Mesco, on the front page. At UN for Financing for Development in Spain, Ambassador Yonle advocates for youth-driven scholarships. He's Ambassador Tico Yonle. Government honors war, Ebola, COVID-19 victims, Saturday. The back page of the Enquirer newspaper. Stop unauthorized use of honorary doctorate title. National Commission on Higher Education Board warns. Stop unauthorized use of honorary doctorate title. National Commission on Higher Education Board warns. For system upgrade, IBLA temporarily suspends all banking services. That will be doing it for the Doyen Enquirer newspaper that is out for 40 Liberian dollars, like any one of the papers. So you want to get a copy from the vendor close to you, so you get a full understanding of both the lead story and the back lead. No security breach at RIA runway. LAA refutes reports. Stop unauthorized use of honorary doctorate title. National Commission on Higher Education Boss warns, meaning nobody should use or be conferred doctorate, honorary doctorate. And how empty is that? Is the same as saying give no award to anybody. That's why it is referred to as honorary, just for your work, what people see of you. And there's no law within our constitution or any framework that forbids that. Sometimes the obsession for power or the misuse of it gets people to feeling and acting like they are all the law. It is just a preference. There's no law to that. You can stop people from using that. If it was in our constitution or any one of our legal papers, then because you should have reliance, you should have a legal reliance to abolish certain things. That's what you use to abolish. It doesn't make sense when you don't have any legal reliance to say don't use, don't convert. It does not make sense. It only brings the fool out of the person who is saying that. You want to stop that. The Commission on Higher Education is missing it because the head cannot say anything convincing why people should not be conferred honorary degree or people should not use honorary degree. No, it's just people say, okay, you have done this, you're doing this, we are excited, so we award you. It is the same as honorary degree. That's why they say honorary. You don't sit in the classroom for it. They just confer on you because of what you've done. And most of the people in this government, they have honorary degree. So then it is equally to say all those who have honorary degree, they should be weeded out of the government. And who will listen to that crap? So the Commission on Higher Education is missing the mark. You got to stop attempting to please the boss. The last but not the least, and then we are out on King's Local Daily, the news, the nation's news since 1989. This is the lead story. Decline in fertility rate. 2025 State of World Population Report reveals. Decline in fertility rate. 2025 State of World Population Report reveals. The sub-lead story. Boost in national identification process. 500 biometric machines turn over to ID registry. The back page of the news. Wakai to honor civil war, Ebola victims to promote national reconciliation. Tengbe reveals vision for safer, smarter mining sector. Central Bank provides nationwide financial education. UL to launch doctorate in gender and security studies. Group condemns unwarranted media attacks against the Labor Minister, says it undermines investment. The news, like the rest of the paper, is out to today for 40 Liberian dollars. And as always, you want to get a copy and you ought to from any one of the vendors for just that amount, 40. If you are unable, then your radio vendor, Kings 8815, has brought the paper to you. That's it. That's all the time we've got for Kings Local Daily on Kings 88.5. Thank you ever so much for listening and watching. We're back tomorrow. I'm Sam Andrews.